That's recording. That's recording. I'm gonna have a little cold start. Bike is wet. It was sitting outside last night. She's in neutral. Pretty loud. It is forecasted to rain today, but it doesn't seem to be raining right now. But we'll see how it goes. Pretty chilly, but it's fine. We'll have a nice drive to work. A few things I want to chat about. Make sure everything's zipped up. Ooh, wet bike, wet seat. Oh, that's nice. That's beautiful. Okay. Sync the audio in 3, 2. I could use the bike starting as an audio sync, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Cold start. When it's cold, I like to warm it up to about 45 degrees before I start driving. Right now it's at 35, 36. It warms up very quickly once the bike starts to get going. There's a few things I want to talk about today on this little short drive to work. I say short, but it's like 20-minute drive. But we'll get into that as we go. Testing a new mic. Testing new camera angle. I had my camera mounted here the other day. I don't like the footage from that. I'll try and put a clip in. Okay, bike's warm enough to drive. Let's go. Sun visor flicked down, even though it's not sunny. Look at this Harley Davidson that's parked here for the past few days. Beautiful. Maybe. Officer, I swear it was not me. You're looking for another bike. Okay. Well, where do I start? Welcome back, guys. I know I haven't uploaded in a long ass time. A lot of interesting things happened since I last uploaded. I sold my car, the Mark 1 Golf. It's gone. Bought myself this beautiful 2003 CBR954 Fireblade. I've had it officially about 2 months now. The 19th of February is when I got it, and yesterday was the 19th of April. 2 months. Absolutely loving it. The fairings are gone. That's a story that I'll get to just now. I don't know why the fuck there's so many cops here. I mean, it is a police station, but there's a lot more cops than normal. But anyway. Sold the car, got the bike, big commitment, because I got it just at the, you can quote unquote say, end of riding season, because winter's starting. As you can see, it's cold. My license plate ain't on. Shit. It's fine. We go. Okay, we stop at a light. I should probably put my license plate on. And there we go. Y'all didn't see anything. Okay, license plate is on. Ooh, what the fuck it is? So yeah, like I said, sold my car. Got this bad boy. And I think like 3 days after buying this, the side fairings blew off on the side of the M5. I was driving to work one day and the fairings just decided to say goodbye. To be fair, I did not see it coming, but after seeing how they were attached and where they broke off, it made sense. Using really shitty bolt kit by the second last owner, using very shitty bolt kit to attach the fairings onto the bike. No rubber dampeners, nothing. And potholes in this fucking country are amazing, so they fucking shook the whole body kit loose and they fucked off on the highway. Luckily there wasn't an accident. The fairings were sat there on the side of the M5 for like a month and a half. I see they are gone now. Someone must have picked them up, cleared it off. Good for you, Jag. Fast. And then about a week and a half ago, I was in an accident. This lady does a U-turn over a painted island and pulls out in front of me, front end collision. So that's how the front end of this bike got screwed. I don't have money to replace fairings, so I put on a cheap headlight. It's really nice, I like it. Gave it a Streetfighter type look. Created my own custom CBR954 Honda Bandit basically. I've got mixed responses from it by a lot of people. Some people are like, hey, you ruined the bike. Some people are like, no, they love it, looks OEM plus type vibe. But yeah, it's my bike, man. I'll do what I want with it. The most important thing is it still drives. And that was the important thing to me, because I don't have time to wait, source fairings for this thing and then get it back onto the road. I needed this thing back on the road the next day after the accident, and that's what we did. Ooh, GR Yaris. We got this bike back on the road the next day, like the same day after the accident. I picked this bike up off the ground and I drove it home from the accident. So yeah, it needed to get running again. We got it running. And then about a week later, after that accident, I drove really late evening one night and I was really tired. It's not an excuse, but it's how I justify it. I was driving through Bloberg. Oh, and it's raining. I was driving through Bloberg and I took one of the circles too quickly, entry speed. Couldn't corner fast enough and I hit a curb. I'll see if I can find photos of all this stuff. But I hit a curb, dented my front rim to bits. Had to walk the bike 2 kilometers down Bloberg Beach to a friend's house. Luckily we stayed around the corner at 3 in the morning. That was fun. And the bike sat there for like 3-4 days while I tried to either repair the front rim or source a new one. But me, being me, didn't realize how scarce parts are for this bike. So I ended up paying 3,500 Rand for a second-hand CBR1000RR rim, the black one. Doesn't even match what I had on the bike before. What I had on the bike before was a gold rim. Now the front rim's black, and the back one is gold. I could always respray it, but that's time where the bike's not running, and that's not acceptable. It's my only mode of transportation. So for now, I'll just run it with the black rim. It's fine. Yeah, I did the front rim, I did the whole disassembly of the front rim myself. Took it off, brake calipers, everything. First time doing such a thing. Not very mechanically inclined, but we got it done. And yeah, there wasn't really any issues. I did swap the brake pads around, like left and right, right and left, so they do squeak a little bit now, just until they wear down, or the wear becomes uniform again. But that's not an issue. The brakes still work, they're still pretty sharp. Had the new rim balanced at Wicked Cycles, really cheap, 80 Rand. And probably should have put on my rain pants. It's in my bag. I just didn't think it was going to be raining so shortly after driving. Anyway. Was me. I was definitely doing the speed limit. Insert flashback to definitely not doing the speed limit. Front brakes are so snappy, even if they make that noise. I love it. Oh, traffic. I love traffic. Imagine not having to ride in the rain. Can't be me. I chose bike life. I chose to do this. And I'm perfectly fine with it. I don't know how well you can be able to hear me, but the day after buying this bike, February 20th, it was raining a fuck ton. Like, it was torrential downpour, and I had to drive this bike in the rain to day 2 of ownership, and I that was fun. Okay, let me give you some little bit of history about myself and how long I've been riding bikes. Basically riding for 2 months since I got this bike. It's not my first bike, but the last time I rode a bike before this was in high school, which was 2017. Or, yeah, 2018, early 2018, late 2017. Which I ended up crashing not long after getting it because I was a dumb idiot. Anyway, but I haven't ridden a bike since then. And everyone in my family was like, nah, don't get a bike, whatever. But clearly they don't know me. I love bikes. And I was going to get one no matter what. But the only way I could see myself getting one now was selling my car. And I made that commitment. And I don't regret it. Even with everything that's happened, I do not regret it. I actually regret driving a car in the first place, not just getting onto a bike straight away after high school. Yeah, I had fun in my car, but I had so much fun on my bike. I think let's put it into perspective. I've had this bike for about 2 months now. I bought this bike on 68,000 kilometers. It's at 74. That is 6,000 kilometers in 2 months. 3,000 a month. That's not much, but like, I've started driving a lot less and less in the past month compared to the first month of ownership. First month of ownership, I almost put on 4,500 Ks on the clock, which was about insane. This bike ain't light on fuel. It's just a bit better than my Mark 1 Golf that I had. Price per kilometer. I think back then it was about 170, 190 per kilometer for the Golf. This was averaging when I first got it around 150, 160. Obviously depends how you drive it. And now the price of petrol just keeps going up and up. It's getting more expensive, but so would the car. Car would also got more expensive. So honestly, it's like, you would have ended up paying more anyway. But this is so much more fun. I don't know. This bike just feels right whenever I drive it. Every time I get on it, I love it. And people say, yeah, this is your first bike and everything, and this is like the bike you're comfortable with. But like, the first time I hopped on this bike with no prior experience to riding a bike in a long time, it just felt right. Seating position, everything. I'm pretty tall, I'm 6'2". So for me to just get on a sport bike that fits well, it's amazing. Seats comfortable. Like, the only time I've complained about the seats when I've been driving for more than 2.5 hours straight. But realistically, you can't even do that on a tank. You can only get like 200 k's for this tank. And it's pretty comfortable for pillions as well. The seating position is really high compared to other bikes. So pillions really enjoy that high seating position because their legs aren't so cramped over and bent. Also I've been told by the pillions that I have carried. And I mean, come on, it's a sport bike. It's got the performance. Even though it looks like a naked, it's got the fucking performance of a sport bike. This thing is quick. You've got all that performance of a sport bike in the look of a naked, which I love. Like, I love the way nakeds look. I just didn't like how they lacked the performance compared to their sport bike counterparts. And that was not my main goal to do this to this bike when I got it. I did not want to turn it into a naked bike. I was going to keep it sport bike. I was actually going to paint it matte black and gold. So happens to turn out to a naked bike now because of the accidents. And I mean, I'm fine with it. But anyway, that's it for me. This is just a little update about where I've been, what's going on, and a bike. Cheers, guys.